It's time for another episode of Your Mac Show. Here's your host, Dennis Frager.
Hi, it's Dennis with Your Mac Show. And today we're going to go over a screencast of the program of Hyperspaces. We did an audio comment on this the other day, and I had a lot of people call and email saying that it really didn't give them a good grasp of it, and if I could do a screencast. So I thought I'd throw a quick screencast to explain it a little bit better. Now, Hyperspaces is available over at the cocobots.com/hyperspaces. And there's your program. You can download a free version of it and try it out and see if you like it. And then if you do, you purchase it, and it's only $12.95. Now, I've already loaded Hyperspaces, so we'll drop down this window. One of the key things you need to know here is your system preferences, expose and spaces. You have to enable spaces and know a little bit about that, and that'll be covered in another tutorial, but is that you have to assign each of these applications to open in those different spaces. And I've done that already. And just I want to draw your attention to one thing, is sometimes it's really nice to have applications that have a common theme to be in a particular space. So for example, if you're going to use mail, you might want your address book and your iCal, which is right here, all in space 1, for example, or at space 2, however you want to organize it. I've chose to have space 1 have my mail, my cal, my iCal, and my address book. But you want to make sure you have spaces enabled. All right, so we'll drop that down, and we're going to go ahead and launch Hyperspaces. And there we go. Hyperspaces is now in the menu bar. Now, if you left click it, it gives you a view of each space. And that's something that's also under preferences we'll go over. But the idea here is what you can do is name these spaces with Hyperspaces and also change your image here. So as a quick look, you could see the mail icons right here for just a quick switch to space 1. And as you can see, we switched to space 1 and space 1 appeared. And we can name that and change it to email. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So what we do here is we go to Hyperspaces Preferences. This is Spaces Preference for Mac OS operations. So this is Preferences for Hyperspaces. And there's a few things here. You have your general. On login, you want to launch Hyperspaces. I recommend that. The application icon in the menu bar, you can see that you have icon with label, which is what we have. You can have icon only or label only. You can use a growl notification if you have growl installed to your machine. Clicking on the dock icon actually activates spaces, or you can have it do nothing. And then you could show the desktop icons, or you could hide your desktop icons. That's another your choice. You could set up some hotkeys here to get to the different spaces. And then there, of course, is an Updates tab. And then this is important. Space Switcher, show background images in the Space Switcher. That's very important. That's the area here when we click on to show those images in that Space Switcher. And then we have you show background images on desktop, which is here. The core animation is, you'll see that the space 1 will slide up into there. So that's kind of a neat little effect. So we're going to go back now to Spaces Preferences. We're in space 1, which you remember was my email. So we're going to rename that. We're going to rename that Email and iCal. Okay, and there you have it changed. Now you have some ability here to change your font. You can make it bold, and then you can actually move it by dragging this dot around. You can bring it down there, you can bring it over to the right hand corner. I prefer to keep it here because it's generally the cleanest spot on my desktop. So I set it over here, and I usually change the font to something a little bold, but we're going to get in this short. So you can go to a solid color if you like, but this is where the real trick stuff comes in, is your image. Currently we have the default image, and I'm going to add an image that will alert me to the fact that this is your mail. So we're going to go to our mail icon, and we're going to say OK. Now you see how it looks a little slightly distorted there, right? Okay, well what I like to do is take this menu. You can, right now it's stretched to fit screen. You can fill screen, which makes it a little bit more proportional. You also have the option to center it, fit to screen, or my favorite is the tiled version. That's what I like the best. So let's go ahead and save that, and then we'll change space 2. Now space 2, let's see, so we open up the regular, it was Pathfinder, so we're going to open up regular system preferences, so that's Pathfinder. So we'll type in right here, Pathfinder, which is another great application we'll have to cover one day. And then you want to show it on desktop, and we'll leave it in that same color, and we'll leave it in that same font. Now we'll go to our image, we'll click search, and we'll look for our Pathfinder logo. We'll open that, and we'll select tiled for that, and look at that nice look you get there. Okay, let's do one more. So we'll go to space 3. Let's check to see what space 3 was. Space 3 was my Safari. So we'll drop that down, and we'll label this Safari. We're going to show that on the desktop, and we're going to leave it right where it was in the upper left-hand corner. We'll go to Image. We'll load Image. We'll go to our Safari logo, and we'll click Open. Again, we're stretched to fill screen by default. We go to Tiled. Okay, so we're back now, and I've completed all the work on spaces. It took about 5 minutes, but I didn't think I would want to bore you with going through every single one now that you have a grasp on how it works. And now here's the cool part. You come up to spaces on the bar now, and you right-click it, and look at what you get here. You get a menu bar that says email and iCal, so you have a title, but boy, you can really quickly tell this is iTunes. You can quickly tell this is Things, Notebook, Safari, Pathfinder, and so on. And if you were to double this, it would expand larger, and you'd be able to look at iPhoto, iLife, whatever particular program you want to operate. So when you click away from this for a moment, and you also have the drop down. So if you right click, you have the drop down, and we'll go right to Pathfinder or Safari. Or if you right click it, you go to Notebook this way, and you can take a good look at it and see Things, and iTunes. Switch right through the application. You have a nice background look of your tiled icons, and that's just what I like. You might like a centered icon or a stretched icon or that kind of thing. But that's really it. I mean, that's how easy Hyperspaces is, and you can just continue to add on this, but that's how it works.
Okay, don't forget to check out Hyperspaces at thecocobots.com/hyperspaces. You can download a free trial here. If you decide you like it, purchase it for $12.95 and let them know you heard about it from yourmacshow.com. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll have another quick tip out real soon. Take care.
Thanks for listening to Your Mac Show. Be sure to check us out at yourmacshow.com. Email your questions to yourmacshow@gmail.com or call Your Mac Show toll free at 1-877-907-TIPS 8477. Join me each day in the Mac Show penalty box for a 2-minute mic.